We tend to look at the stories of the Bible however we do, but the reality is that this literature has an origin outside of its scope of reference. In the ancient line of human storytelling, certain motifs emerged time and again, adapted by diverse cultures and imbued with unique spiritual or moral significance. Among these recurring narratives is the archetype of the underdog versus the giant, epitomized by the Bible's tale of David and Goliath and its striking parallel to the Mesopotamian epic of Humbaba, the guardian of the cedar forest in the epic of Gilgamesh. Though these tales arise from distinct cultural and religious milieus, they reflect shared human anxieties and aspirations, emphasizing themes of courage, divine will, and the triumph of cleverness over brute strength. In both narratives, the backdrop is one of perceived helplessness against a formidable opponent. David, a shepherd boy, emerges during Israel's conflict with the Philistines, where Goliath, a towering warrior, intimidates the armies of Israel with his sheer size and strength. Similarly, Gilgamesh and his companion Enkidu face Humbaba, a monstrous, supernaturally charged guardian of the cedar forest, whose grotesque visage and otherworldly powers evoke fear and awe among those who dare challenge him. Both stories use their protagonist's relative weakness to highlight an essential truth. True victory does not reside in physical might, but in spiritual and intellectual prowess. David approaches Goliath armed not with a warrior's arsenal, but with faith in his God and a humble sling. Likewise, Gilgamesh and Enkidu rely on wit and divine favor, employing trickery to subdue Humbaba. The defeat of these giants reinforces the belief that the strength of gods or fate can empower the seemingly weak to overcome the insurmountable. A key element in both narratives is the role of divine favor. David's triumph over Goliath is a testament to his unwavering trust in his God. His victory serves as a vindication of Israel's covenantal faith, demonstrating that their God defends its chosen people. In the story of Humbaba, the gods also play a pivotal role, though in a more ambiguous capacity. Shamash, the sun god, aids Gilgamesh and Enkidu, yet the victory over Humbaba carries a moral complexity. Humbaba's pleas for mercy highlight the hero's transgression of moral boundaries, suggesting that divine favor does not absolve one from ethical considerations. This distinction reveals differing cultural emphases. While David's story underscores obedience to divine will as inherently righteous, the Epic of Gilgamesh navigates the murkier waters of human ambition and complicity to what is perceived to be divine. Humbaba's severed head, a sure object of protection and terror, symbolizes the lingering consequences of divine-human interaction. Yet while David also cuts off Goliath's head, an act most likely attributed to the scene of Humbaba's severed head, the underlying motif within Humbaba's tale is absent in the resolution of David's triumph. The giants themselves, Humbaba and Goliath, serve as embodiments of chaos and existential challenge. Goliath is described in terms of sheer physicality, his overwhelming stature and military prowess personifying the Philistine threat. Humbaba, by contrast, is a liminal figure, both protector and menace, whose grotesque head retains its supernatural power even after death. Where Goliath's defeat marks the cessation of a specific threat, Humbaba's death complicates the narrative, as his severed head becomes a symbol of power and protection, integrated into Mesopotamian rituals and iconography. The treatment of the giants' bodies further underscores these differences. Goliath's body is discarded, his head paraded as a trophy of victory and divine justice. Humbaba's decapitated head, however, transcends mere spoilage. It continues to hold symbolic value in its ability to ward off evil, suggesting a cultural fascination with the enduring potency of the defeated. This reflects a Mesopotamian worldview where the supernatural pervades even in death, contrasting with the monotheistic finality of the Bible's narrative. While both stories elevate the underdog, they reflect different cultural ideologies. The story of David and Goliath resonates with the Israelite ethos of covenantal faith and the idea of divine election. It reassures the faithful of the ultimate sovereignty of Israel's deity and the moral order underpinning the cosmos. The Humbaba episode, however, reveals a more existential perspective. In Mesopotamian thought, humans, even heroes like Gilgamesh, must navigate a cosmos governed by capricious gods and ambiguous morality. Humbaba's defeat is not a simple victory, but a reminder of the cost of ambition and the enduring tension between humanity and the perceivably divine. In the end, the tales of David and Goliath and Humbaba reveal humanity's universal yearning to make sense of the struggles against seemingly insurmountable odds. They celebrate courage and divine favor while reflecting their culture's unique theological and moral concerns. Whether on the battlefield of the Valley of Elah or the cedar-laden slopes of Mesopotamia, these stories remind us that the ultimate battle is not merely against external foes, but within ourselves. As we grapple with fear, ambition, and the quest for meaning in a world in which we, like giants, seek control.